Emerging from the darkness of Wawona Tunnel in California's Yosemite National Park, we behold a region of scenic grandeur that quickly reduces our limited words of description to awe-inspiring silence. It was less than a century ago that a company of volunteer soldiers, organized to round up hostile Indians, accidentally discovered this beautiful valley and named it Yosemite after the grizzly bears which they found here. Yosemite Valley is rapidly becoming an all-year-round vacation resort, and outstanding among its many recreations is horseback riding over miles of natural bridle trails.
Canyons deep or mountains high, where life is sweet and the soul is free, oh, the canyon land is the land for me.
In 1890, the Greater Yosemite National Park, including approximately 1,500 square miles of high country surrounding the valley, was established. And prior to this, an act of Congress signed by Abraham Lincoln set aside 40 square miles of the public domain in the valley itself as a public park. In such settings as this, enhanced by the presence of so-called buffalo gals, it is only natural that we should hear the songs that cowboys sing.
Dance by the light of the moon. It's coming out tonight, coming out tonight, coming out tonight. It's coming out tonight. Dance by the light of the moon.
We have traveled around the world many times and have visited most places of unusual interest, but never before have we seen anything to excel this gloriously ideal region, where the simpler and more wholesome diversions of life may be enjoyed in harmony with nature at its grandest. Each year, 1 million or more trout are planted by government rangers in the streams of Yosemite Park, making fishing here a delightful diversion. According to geologists, the Yosemite Valley, 4,000 feet above sea level, was cut to its great depth by the Merced River, one of the most picturesque streams in North America. From Glacier Point, almost 1.5 miles above sea level, may be seen one of the world's grandest panoramas of peaks and waterfalls, dominated by an imposing monolith known as Half Dome, rising almost a sheer 5,000 feet above the valley floor. As we gaze upon this scenic magnificence, we have a better understanding of what the American poet Whittier meant when he said, "Touched by a light that hath no name, a glory never sung. Aloft on sky and mountain wall are God's great pictures hung." The queen of Yosemite's numerous waterfalls is Bridal Veil, with its delicate mists forming colorful rainbows. One of the outstanding travel features of Yosemite is the fact that practically all points of interest may be conveniently reached by motor coaches, automobiles, pack horses, or on foot. Bears are numerous here and are frequently seen by visitors. While apparently tame, they are still wild animals, and those encountered along the highways are actually more dangerous than those in the remote regions, as they have lost their fear of man and we are warned to keep a safe distance from them. Foremost among the attractions of Yosemite is the Mariposa Grove of big trees, containing 200 or more giant specimens, many of which are over 20 feet in diameter. This giant, known as Old Grizzly, with a base diameter of 35 feet and a height of 209 feet, is considered to be the oldest tree in the grove and the third largest in the world. Its age is estimated at 4,000 years. Perhaps the most famous tree in the world is this mammoth sequoia, with its tunnel 8 feet wide and 26 feet long. It is over 230 feet tall, thousands of years old, and still growing. In the presence of the world's largest and oldest living things, we bow in reverence to the natural forces that made them, and as a farewell tribute, we lift our voices in praise of God's scenic masterpiece, Yosemite the Magnificent.